The last quiet sky hangs over your world. You stand on the bridge of the Defiance. It is the final flagship of a fleet that no longer spans star systems. Now, it only guards one sun, one planet. Below you, through the armored glass, Earth sleeps. It is a swirl of blue and white, a perfect marble of impossible peace. Your home. Your knuckles are white on the command rail. The metal is cold. It is a familiar cold. For 3 days you have stood here. You have watched the void. You have listened to the silence. Every sensor, every telescope, every deep space relay has been screaming one thing. They are coming. The silence on the bridge is heavy. It is filled with the soft hum of life support. It is filled with the quiet breathing of your crew. They are the best left in the system. They are veterans of forgotten wars against pirates and rebels. Silly, squabbling family arguments compared to this. They watch you. Their faces are calm. Their trust is a weight on your shoulders. Then, it happens. Not with a bang. Not with a flash of light. A technician looks up from her console. Her voice is a whisper. It carries across the entire deck. "Commander," she says, "there's a shadow. Near the sun." Your gaze snaps to the main view screen. The star burns bright and familiar. But something is wrong. A tiny speck of black appears on the sun's edge. It is impossibly small. It is impossibly dark. Then it grows. It is not moving in front of the sun. It is emerging from it, ripping a hole in reality. Another appears, and another. A fleet of geometric nightmares unfolds into your space. They are vast, silent, and utterly alien. They eclipse your sun. Darkness falls across your bridge. The emergency lights flicker on with a soft red glow. The faces of your crew are painted in shades of fire and shadow. The enemy armada hangs in your sky. They are a swarm of black daggers aimed at the heart of your world. The last quiet sky is gone. A long night has begun. Their voice enters your mind without permission. It is not sound. It is a wave of pure thought. It is cold, logical, and ancient. It speaks to everyone at once. To you on your bridge. To the pilots in their cockpits. To the civilians huddled in deep shelters. The voice of the collective. They call themselves the Elder Ones, a name that suggests a parent scolding a child. The message is simple. Your species is energetic but chaotic. You are disorganized. You create beautiful things only to destroy them. You are a promising but flawed experiment. They have come to correct the flaw. They offer a gift, the gift of purpose, the gift of unity. No more war, they say. No more hunger, no more loneliness. You will be joined to their great consciousness. You will add your strength to theirs. Your individuality will be preserved, like a treasured memory, a museum piece in the vast gallery of their mind. It is an offer of chains. They call it salvation. They have made this offer to 1,000 other species before you. Not one of them remains to tell you if the offer was genuine. On your screen, a countdown appears, a symbol of their perfect logic. They give you 1 hour to accept their generous peace. Your communications officer looks at you. Her eyes ask the question everyone is thinking. You ignore the countdown. You ignore the cold presence in your thoughts. You key your microphone. Your voice connects to every ship in the fleet, to every gun on the planet, to every soldier waiting in a trench. You give them a single command, the only answer humanity has ever given to those who would bind them, the only response that matters. Your voice is steady. It does not break. It does not tremble. Engage. The void erupts, but not from their guns, from yours. The first wave is not your finest ships. It is your oldest junk. Decommissioned drones from a century ago. They are little more than metal boxes with engines strapped to them. You have thousands. They pour out from the dark side of the moon, a cloud of gnats against titans. The collective fleet does not react at first. Their logic must be processing this strange tactic. A charge of obsolete weapons. It is illogical. It is wasteful. It is a child throwing pebbles at a fortress. They allow the drones to get close. They probably believe it is some kind of ceremonial surrender. That is their first mistake. The drones are not armed with weapons. They are armed with cameras, with scanners, with every diagnostic tool your engineers could devise. They swarm a lone collective scout ship on the edge of the formation, a sleek obsidian wedge. The drones cling to its hull like iron filings to a magnet. The scouts' point defense lasers slice through the drone swarm. They pop like corn kernels in a fire. But for every dozen they destroy, 3 more make it through. They transmit floods of data, shield frequencies, energy signatures, armor composition, everything you need to know. Then, the scout's main weapon fires, a lance of white energy. It vaporizes the drones in a silent, expanding sphere of light. But it is too late. The data is yours. Deep in the asteroid belt, a special team receives the information. They are your hunters. They pilot a single, heavily modified stealth ship. A ghost. Using the stolen data, they calibrate a lance torpedo, a weapon designed to punch through specific energy fields. The ghost ship fires. The torpedo is silent and cold. It streaks through the darkness, unseen. The collective scout turns to rejoin its fleet. It believes the insignificant threat is gone. The torpedo strikes it amidships. For a moment, nothing happens. Then, the ship's black hull cracks with lines of internal light. It breaks apart. First blood is yours, and they have learned nothing of your true strength. The collective learns from the scout's destruction, but they learn the wrong lesson. They conclude your weapon was a lucky shot, a statistical anomaly. Their perfect logic cannot grasp the concept of a feint, of sacrifice, of throwing away assets for mere information. Their tactics remain flawless, predictable, perfect. And that is their flaw. They fight like a master chess player. Each move is calculated for maximum efficiency. They expect you to do the same. They expect you to meet their strength with your strength, to guard your most powerful assets, to fight with honor and logic. You have no intention of doing either. You give the order for the second strike. It is not a grand fleet action. It is chaos made manifest. 24 squadrons of your best fighters. They are wasps, quick, agile, and deadly. They do not attack the enemy fleet head-on. They skirt the edges. They hide behind asteroids. They use the planets themselves for cover. Their target is a single collective destroyer, a monster of a ship, 10 kilometers long. It is a floating city of death. Its shields can repel a direct nuclear strike. Your fighters are gnats to this beast, but gnats can be annoying and persistent. The attack begins without a central command. Each squadron leader has their own objective. One squadron targets the port shield emitters. Another goes for the starboard sensors. A third makes suicidal runs at the main gun batteries. They flash in and out of weapons range. They fire their missiles and cannons. They scatter before the destroyer can lock on. The collective ship's crew, if you can call them that, must be confused. The attacks are not coordinated. They are random. They are inefficient. They are coming from all directions at once. They are defending against a dozen tiny threats. They cannot focus on the real danger. Then, at your command, all 24 squadrons converge. They stop being random. They focus their fire on a single 10-meter section of the hull, the same spot the drones scanned on the scout ship. It is a tiny flaw in their perfect design, a maintenance conduit for the shield generator. The combined fire of over 100 fighters hits that one spot. Missiles, plasma bolts, kinetic rounds. It is a storm of focused fury. The destroyer's massive shields flicker. They hold for a moment. Then they collapse. The small section of hull plating buckles. It vaporizes. The chain reaction is instantaneous. A blue-white fire races along the destroyer's length. Its internal power grid overloads. The perfect logical ship dies a chaotic, violent death. It explodes in a silent flower of superheated metal. Your forces have felled a giant, and you did it by refusing to play their game. On your bridge, a cheer erupts, a brief, sharp sound of hope in the red-lit darkness. The collective's response is no longer cold and logical. The loss of a destroyer has changed the equation. You are no longer a statistical anomaly. You are a genuine threat. The unblinking eye of their shared consciousness focuses entirely on you. The war changes. Their communications cease. There are no more offers of assimilation, no more condescending pronouncements. There is only a grim, focused silence from their fleet. The character of their attacks shifts. Before they were sterile. They targeted military installations with surgical precision. Conquest was a mathematical problem to be solved. Now, it is personal. Lances of energy, thick as star scrapers, no longer target your fleet. They spear down into the planet. They do not aim for your command bunkers or hidden bases. They strike at the glowing cities you left behind. They boil away reservoirs. They shatter bridges. They turn forests into plains of glass. It is a message, a punishment. They are showing you the cost of your defiance. They are telling you that your chaos has a price. And that price will be paid by the very world you are trying to protect. On your view screen, you watch a continent go dark. The lights of 1 billion souls extinguished in a moment. The despair is a physical thing. You can feel it ripple through your crew. Their faces are grim. The cheer from their earlier victory is a hollow memory. This is no longer a clean war of ships and tactics. This has become a slaughter. The collective is not trying to defeat you anymore. They are trying to break your spirit. Their fleet moves with a new purpose. They form a wall of impenetrable darkness, a cordon of death around your planet. They are systematically dismantling your defenses. One by one, your orbital weapons platforms are snuffed out. Each loss is a nail in your coffin. They are saving the biggest for last. They are coming for Jupiter Station, your shield, your hope. Jupiter Station is humanity's greatest creation. It is not a station. It is a moonlet, hollowed out and filled with guns. It is anchored in orbit around the gas giant. It is your ultimate fortress. Its shield grid is powered by the planet's magnetic field. Its cannons can crack a continent. For a century, it has been the symbol of your strength, the guardian of the inner system. The collective fleet descends upon it, not in waves, not with tactics. They descend as a single, overwhelming force. Hundreds of their ships, an entire wing of their armada. They focus all their power on this one target. They know that if the shield falls, your world is defenseless. From your bridge, you watch the battle unfold on the tactical display. Jupiter Station is a beacon of defiant light. It fires its main guns. Beams of pure energy, wider than your flagship, lance out. They strike a collective cruiser. The ship vanishes in a silent, brilliant flash. The station's crew is fighting with the fury of the doomed. But for every ship they kill, 5 more take its place. The collective's fire is relentless. A constant storm of energy washes over the station's shields. The massive bubble of force flickers and groans. On your screen, you see the power levels dropping. The shield is failing. You want to send help, to order your fleet to charge into that meat grinder. But you cannot. Your ships would be vaporized before they got close. The plane, the last desperate gamble, requires your fleet to be intact. So you watch. You force yourself to watch as your greatest bastion dies. The commander of Jupiter Station sends you one final message. It is not a request for aid. It is not a cry of despair. It is a single image, a live feed from his bridge. He and his crew are standing at their posts. They are bruised and bloodied, but they are smiling. He gives a sharp, defiant nod. Then the shield breaks. 1,000 enemy beams strike the station at once. The moonlet cracks open. The fusion cores that power it detonate. Jupiter Station does not simply explode. It becomes a small star, a brief, furious sun that outshines Jupiter itself. The light of its death washes over your ship. A wave of despair hits your crew. You hear a sob from the back of the bridge. Someone curses softly. The tactical display is a mess of red alerts. The loss is staggering. The path to Earth is now wide open. The enemy believes they have won. They believe your will is broken. They are wrong. This was the moment you were waiting for. The moment of your deepest despair. This is where the true war begins. Now, you say. Your voice cuts through the grief on the bridge. Activate the Ghost Protocol. Your officers look at you. Confusion wars with their sorrow. The Ghost Protocol is a myth, a boogeyman story for rookie pilots. Your systems officer hesitates for a second. Then her eyes widen in understanding. Her fingers fly across her console. She bypasses a dozen safety lockouts. She types in a command string that has not been used in 200 years. A command that will sever you from the modern age. Across the fleet, a signal goes out. A simple, encrypted pulse. A moment later, your entire ship shudders. The lights go out completely. The advanced holographic displays vanish. The soft hum of the network servers dies. For 5 long seconds, there is only darkness and silence. You are utterly blind, utterly deaf. Then the emergency systems kick in, not the red battle lights. Old, incandescent bulbs flicker to life. They cast a harsh, yellow glow across the bridge. The air fills with the smell of hot wiring and ozone. Analog gauges, their needles long dormant, twitch and settle. The bridge looks like a museum. A young ensign laughs. A short, sharp bark of disbelief. Holy. He starts, then catches himself. We're running on steam power. It is not far from the truth. Every advanced digital system on your ship has been shut down. Your fleet is no longer a network of computers. It is a collection of isolated metal cans. Your communications are now line-of-sight laser bursts. Your targeting is done with optical telescopes and manual calculations. Your navigation is done with star charts and a slide rule. It is crude, it is slow, it is ridiculously primitive, and it is your only advantage. The collective sees your fleet go dark. Their sensors report that every one of your ships has lost power. They will assume it is a mass systems failure. The final collapse of a broken enemy. They cannot conceive of a species that would deliberately blind itself. That would choose to become a ghost in the machine. While they search for your digital ghosts, you are learning to walk in the dark. Your desperate, hidden advantage is now active. You are untraceable. And you are very, very angry.